live? We are live. All right, bang, bang. Welcome to the Mid Show. This is Eddie, Chief White Sox Dave, Danny at the baby table, presented by Miller Lite. Let's get into that first, guys, because when you're in the mood for a light beer, you don't want a beer that's light on taste, right? Miller Lite is brewed for people who want their light beer to taste like beer, and which is 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12-ounce serving. Miller Lite has more of the flavor you want and less of the stuff you don't. Miller Lite knows that beer lovers want their light beer to taste like beer. That's why they brew a light beer that's light on calories and not on taste, because what's the point of having a beer if you can't taste it?
What would be the point of that?
I don't know.
That would be so stupid.
I don't know. I don't get it. Dave, Miller Lite, you had a few this weekend.
Yeah, I had a couple.
Watching March Madness.
I indulged. Yep, I did.
Yes.
I always say 'tis the season for Miller Lite, but there is no season for Miller Lite. It's a year-round thing.
It's always the season, Dave. Light beer with the flavor you love tastes like Miller Lite. To get Miller Lite delivered right to your door, visit MillerLite.com/redline. Or you could pretty much find it anywhere that sells beer. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces. All right, boys. Welcome to today's show. I feel like everyone's in a jovial mood, a lot more vibrant.
I am in a good mood.
People are getting. Chief got sleep last night for the first time.
Credit to me.
In months. Did you have something for everyone?
I did, actually.
White Sox Dave, he has a gift for you.
It's actually it's for Dave and Tom.
Oh, look at that.
What do we got here?
It's even put in a gift bag. That's nice of you.
What is it?
It's a Spittoon.
Oh, look at that. Oh, like a real-life Spittoon.
Yeah, it's a little Spittoon, so you could pack that in your suitcase because the boys are heading to Arizona this week.
It works great. I just
There you go. So now we won't have any more Evian water controversies. We'll just pack it in your suitcase, and we're on our way.
That's a nice gesture.
You got a dip in right now?
Of course I got it. We're live on air. Why would I not have something
the
in my
lid
mouth
will
to...
unscrew.
Your lip covers it pretty well. This thing's pretty gross. Is it? You didn't buy the one with the technology, so if this turns over, it's going to spill out, right?
Yeah, I'm more concerned about losing $4 Evians than I am about potential spillage.
Don't say that.
That's the
unfair.
truth. That's the truth. I'm trying to be a peacemaker here.
Because the mud jug, this thing is like technology where if you spit in, you could turn it over.
You told me not to get the mud jug because then people don't wash it. You can pop that lid off and throw that in the dishwasher.
Danny, what do you think? Good gesture? Unneeded? Gross?
Are you really going to bring that in your carry-on to Arizona, Dave?
Probably not.
You should bring it. You should bring it.
As much as I love the gesture, we are speaking freely and honestly, correct?
Yeah.
I think anybody who
We are also
dips, I understand, would agree that the old trusty water bottle is the best form of Spittoon, but the gesture is nice nonetheless. I will use it.
I threw a dip in this weekend.
You did.
For the boys.
You did.
Yeah.
Did Sydney ever?
She ghosted me.
Yeah, she started ghosting us. She said she was.
Yeah.
What do you know what I think the grossest
Actually,
spitter
she got
is?
talked into it very easily.
You know what I think the grossest spitter is?
This one?
No, the baby water bottles.
Oh.
Those
like
should
the
be illegal to spit in.
The little 4-ounce
Yep.
guys? Yeah.
Why is that?
Because people fill them up easily and they
Yeah.
it's
got a
like
high
they
spill
put them on
ratio.
their table like a trophy.
Ew.
Yes.
Did you guys ever make a trophy out of empty tins?
We had an entire bar. I would
Of
have to
course.
go
Chief,
on.
what a dumb question.
I would
this
have to
guy-
go on
did White Sox
Facebook,
Dave
which
have a
I
table of
haven't
empty
logged
tins?
into in about 3 decades. But I can show you pictures of our
Yeah.
dip.
Well, I
bar.
feel like
it was
the only
legit.
reason I brought it up is because I feel like every hockey team ever made a Scully cup, which you just stack all the tin, like you build it throughout the year.
Oh, yeah.
And then you get like a Stanley Cup replica made out of.
When the
the
Hawks won the
cans.
cup, did you make a fake Stanley Cup with like tinfoil and shit?
No, but I did have one as a kid.
Really?
Yeah, I would like just skate wheel around the driveway pretending I was Peter Forsberg winning the Stanley Cup.
Danny, you did the American flag, right? You got the Miller, the Keystone, and the Red's Apple Ale for the Red.
Of course, put it as my Facebook cover photo and everything.
Good.
I
That's
feel
really
like,
good.
Dave, correct me if I'm wrong. Did you have like a skull table and next to it was probably like the beer bottle cap table?
I think it was all one. We actually built the bar. It was like aside from what we decorated and glued on top of it. Like
This is at the Pro Pad?
Yes, this is.
Dude.
I just texted my college group. Can
What
you
a
guys send me a
throwback.
pic of the dip bar at the Bro Pad? They'll probably
Just all
look at it
makeshift
and just ignore
furniture.
me.
Dude, I even thought about the Bro Pads and Serious Die.
Yeah.
I might have
We
to
used-
light up a cigarette right now.
So
I know, dude, we used to talk
funny-
about the Bro Pad all the time on
Funny
Serious.
you should bring it up. Not too long, probably mid-January
shit,
or
dude.
so. One of my buddies sent a Zillow listing in the group chat, and someone bought it recently and renovated the fuck out of it to the point where it doesn't even look like the same place.
Not your bro pad.
It's not my bro pad, but they had pictures in the basement, and there was a crawl space in it that we all hid from cops in and threw garbage in and like dead bodies and dead hookers and stuff. And I would love to know like what they saw when they opened that.
It's just fails inspection.
It might have. It might have.
How many people lived in the bro pad?
6.
6 people. Okay.
On top of whoever was staying there, which there was probably 10 people sleeping there any given night.
What's the largest household with occupancy you lived in, Chief?
Well, my freshman year dorm, we had a big rectangular room that was a quad, and then we had a guy. I don't even know if I should say this. Let's say that he had 3 roommates that he wasn't comfortable living with upstairs. So then we adopted this guy named Derek.
Okay.
And Derek. So we had 5 guys in like a room that was probably about the size of the studio.
How about you, Dan?
Because I never did a frat house or anything like
that.
College house, 4 of us.
4?
Nothing crazy, no frat house.
We had an unofficial one. We had 12 at one point.
12.
That was an army.
Bonnie Hunt, Steve.
How many bedrooms though?
About a dozen.
There were 12.
Okay.
12 bedrooms.
That's a frat house. You were in a frat, right?
But it wasn't. It was not. It was like an off-campus house.
If you have a 12-room house and you're not a frat house on a college campus, then you're just a crack house.
That's illegal in Chicago. I recently found out.
I was going to say that.
Crack houses?
No.
No, you can't have more than 10. What's it called? Where you
a brothel?
Yes.
Well, I knew that was a thing for women. Like that's why, like Miami of
I saw
Ohio.
that somewhere.
Miami of Ohio can't have. They have sororities, but no sorority houses because it like violates that county's law.
I think that's
brothels.
the biggest myth in the world.
We were debating with the college kids, right?
Yes. So we were when we were at the Paul, we were at Kelly's pub, and we were talking to the kid, and he was in a frat there. And
that's where it was.
Yes.
Actually. Yes.
And he's like, "Oh, what about the sorority house?" He's like, "Oh, well, technically, you can't have more than 6 girls in a house, or it's considered a brothel."
That's what it was. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Whatever that, I don't know if it's a myth, urban legend, or it actually is city code. That is probably one of the most uttered sentences on college campuses of all time.
I would be shocked if that was a thing in Milwaukee, but in like rural Ohio, where Miami of Ohio is, like Oxford, Ohio, that one checks the box for me. I feel like
but at some point, it's like, when are these antiquated? If it is a law,
but then someone's got to have to like go. Do you ever tried to like do paperwork?
It's the worst.
Like,
have you ever tried to
yeah. So then you're gonna be like, oh, we got to change this fucking law. So here's all the signatures and the paperwork, so we can have a brothel on campus. Like, no. So then you just leave it in place forever. No one actually cares enough to get it changed. Would be my point.
I would say the sororities would probably care.
They haven't. They have sororities, but they just don't care.
I mean, I guess. Well, that's because those
it's
national
huge Greek life there, right?
I don't know.
I believe so. Well, that's like the secret. They don't want houses because like houses create liability.
The rumor at my college for having no frats was that a nun died in one of them, like when the college became a college in the 1800s or whatever.
Would she fall down the stairs?
It was obviously a joke. I guess fraternal organizations are against the Methodist Church is why my school outlawed
Stuff her in the crawl space of the bro pad.
We were just talking about
that. Was like kind of our frat though. Everybody just had sports houses. There was like the volleyball house, cheerleading house, baseball, basketball, whatever.
So you're Baptist, or what are you?
As
for someone that went to a Christian high school, you don't know a thing about.
He failed religion. He failed his
Baptist
religion
is Baptist is a.
It is a religion.
It is a
denomination of Christianity. Yes,
but it's a religion. Oh, don't act like what you saw it in a South Park episode.
No.
Don't act like you're a religion expert. Dude.
I'm not. I know how Christian. I know that
Baptist is a fucking thing.
Yes, it's a subset of a
denomination.
Larger, yes, a denomination.
So we were talking because you asked us something about Catholic, and we were talking about baptizing you. Is that something you would be interested in?
Eddie,
I
grew up Christian. If Christian or baptism isn't a Catholic thing,
would you get an exorcism?
No, because it actually I don't want to know what kind of demons I got.
What if it like freed you?
And
from,
it
like,
actually
your hate
freaks
of Jerry?
me fucking out.
Okay, so you believe in God.
Next time you're under the weather, will you do anointing of the sick?
I don't know what that means.
Well, you're gonna learn, bud.
Come on, bro. It's a sacrament. Well,
Is it
7 sacraments? Yeah. Well, that's bad on you that you don't.
But Eddie thinks that only Catholics get baptized.
No, that's not what I said. We were talking before and how.
And why'd you ask me if
Do
I
you,
could
you
get
think
baptized?
Eddie thinks that
Danny
the
said-
Baptists don't get baptized?
Listen, Dave, I literally heard you say before. Danny made a joke. He's like, we should White Sox Dave challenge, get you baptized. And you're like, I've been baptized. So I knew you were baptized already because we talked about it before the show. I just thought it'd be funny to.
You
No,
said
I know
you
that.
asking what a
You think it would be
confirmation
funny
But you-
to dunk him in one of those little baby pools is what you think would be funny.
Where they like legitimately like the babies get shaken baby syndrome.
That'd be unbelievable.
That would be
In
funny.
like the
yeah.
Russian Orthodox church.
Or the
Bringing
other
White
ones
Sox
like
Dave
the,
to get baptized would be
the-
tremendous concept.
Can you get baptized twice though? Because
oh yeah,
baptized.
you've never heard of a born again Christian? You could
I-
probably use some of that. Get some
No, I can't.
Jesus back in you.
No, I
No,
can't.
he can't. A born again Christian like you're for White Sox Dave, like it would take all the White Sox Dave out of him.
and the Chicago River.
Yeah.
No, but have you seen those ones where like the people get dressed up in like white dresses, like full grown adults, and they go in some random river, and the guy
Yeah,
like,
dude, when
like
we would
you
go-
wouldn't want to see that happen.
Chicago Park District Day Camp, we would take trips to North Avenue Beach. That was the field trip for 1 week.
And they do baptisms in the lake.
there would be people there getting baptized.
Get the fuck out of
For
here.
sure, dude. You've seen that before, right?
My dad accidentally took us to an Easter Vigil one year, and I had to watch like 5 40-year-olds in a row get baptized at church.
Wow.
But what do you mean? Are they like bringing a priest to that river?
No,
to the
no,
North
no.
Ave
And
Beach?
listen, maybe it's not an actual
It's like
baptism.
Yeah, like freelance baptized.
Yeah, but it's like people doing some religious shit in the water.
Oh
which
yeah,
to me,
first church Lake Michigan
bap-
baptism 2021 just pulled up on YouTube.
see, yeah, like they're like it's some type of religious thing going on. In
Can
Lake
you be
Michigan.
ordained to become one who baptizes and it will hold up? Like, can Chief baptize White Sox Dave right now?
I can perform weddings. I know that.
Close
I don't know
enough.
if I can. Do
I don't know
that.
enough about how
It-
that. How
it's
that
like the
shakes out.
Universal Life Church or something. They filled
That's
out
your
something
fucking
online.
religion guy. Dave.
Did you? I didn't say that. I said I know that all Christians typically are baptized.
He knew that Baptists do baptisms.
What are we watching here?
What gave
Oh,
it
lake
away?
baptism. Here you go. If you're watching on YouTube.
I didn't feel worthy.
It's not that exact.
Yeah, see, I've
one.
seen this.
Yeah.
I got dunked like that. He didn't have red hair,
Dude,
but I
like
saw
that kind of the way that they dunk people. It's like you're trying to waterboard them, though.
No.
You don't think that would get up your nose?
Well, it's like
If your
trust.
first experience as a new Christian is to get water up your nose, I feel like you'd be out. That'd be terrible.
It's not a bad observation. Oh, she got to hold her nose.
She held it. Yeah.
See, she didn't bring that. Were you one of the kids that had the nose plug?
No.
No.
I just revealed on the dog walk it'll come out tomorrow that I was a Headgear guy though.
Yeah, yeah.
Whoa, what do you mean? For braces?
Yeah. I feel like
Ooh.
they discontinued that whole practice like immediately after I got my teeth straightened.
I bet they did because I don't recall a single.
I never had to
person
wear it in school, but I had to wear it at night.
Oh, is that what? Maybe because
So-
I don't. I saw it. I remember growing up in like TV shows and shit.
But I knew
I
it.
don't remember
Yeah.
anybody.
But I knew
It's like silver fillings, kind of.
But I do.
Mercury.
I remember hearing that somewhere that they don't do it anymore, and I like called my mom immediately. I'm like, "See, I fucking knew it. You made me wear that headgear for years
That's
for
one
nothing."
thing genetically I lucked out with is not my height, not my hair, not my weight, not nothing, other than my right arm and my teeth. I never needed braces, really.
That's pretty good. I was lucky.
good.
I had him from 5th grade until like freshman year.
That's a long fucking.
Yeah, my dad was not thrilled about that.
But back to the nose thing.
Yeah.
Everyone says the what's lamer though. Everyone talks about holding your nose when you jump in the pool.
Mm-hmm.
But remember those little plugs that
Oh
the
yeah,
kids would
that
wear?
was or the ones that went over too.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the one I remember.
I
the
feel
one-
like those
like
don't get
pinching.
enough heat. Everyone shits on the guy who.
But like, it's so preposterous that you can't even make fun of it. Like if I saw someone who like put the nose plugs in to jump in the water, I would assume that he had like some kind of of
maybe.
like he has to go see an ENT like once a week if he goes in the pool.
Eddie used to wear a
Speaking
swim
of
cap.
There
I
it
actually
is,
might
see?
go see an ENT soon.
For what?
What's your issue?
So I was doing stuff over the last few days for the Dominican trip,
Those
and I was
fucking
on
things,
Donnie's
dude.
YouTube channel, and there's this. It's actually got over 1 million views, I'm pretty sure. Where he's in China and he goes to a street like earwax cleaner
yeah,
outer,
it's disgusting.
I love that.
and they
video.
pull out like a
You
fucking
would.
rock. And my hearing is
But
sucks.
didn't those get like debunked as fake?
well,
like
I
you-
watched her pull the rock out, so
I know, but I feel like it's like a trick.
She might have already had a rock on the tweezers and like.
Yeah,
it's
I,
like
you're
sleight
saying?
of hand.
I
Yeah.
think
Like a
so.
magician?
Yeah.
Little
No,
free
she
card.
pulled that out of his ear.
Did
Never-
you say that too?
You never got your ears pumped?
Not like that, though.
I've seen that on like TikTok too. They have like because you're like, oh, you can't use Q-tips now because you just jam the wax in there. I still use Q-tips like
use
every
them
day.
Bring that up, Lance. Bring that video up. Donnie gets his ear wax cleaned in China.
It's only like a 3-minute video, so
yep.
you can fast forward it.
But you're right. That's what they say.
Yeah. So now they have like these things that you can like jet
Water,
clean out your ears. But that to me, like, who likes having water in their ears? That to me feels worse.
Well, it's just hypothetically comes out. You know what I mean? Like it gets shot out or it drips out, so to speak, right?
I don't even
But
want
it's
to talk about it
$150
too
a
much
year.
because I hate getting that stuff on my algorithm, and I know this phone is listening to me from China. It's all going to be
It is
all
true.
like ear cleaning and Dr. Pimple Popper and stuff like that. That I think.
Do you
is-
like those videos?
No,
the Zip
I
Pops?
don't.
You into that?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Are you really?
They're all fucking over targeted everything, and they make me want to hurl.
You're into that?
The earwax ones, not so much the pimple ones. I like the ones that are shaved.
Are you are you a pimple guy?
No. I mean, like, I don't. There's a market. There's an actual show for that.
Dr. Pimple Popper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at here's Donnie. If you're watching on YouTube, you see Donnie's about to get a nice little cavity
Dude,
cleaner.
but even like the tool that they use is like.
Yeah, it's like gonna puncture his brain.
It is amazing what they get out of here.
If
What is she using? Needle? That's terrifying. Do you have a license for this? Where?
出来了，出来了。
Huh?
你看一下这里，你这个过来看。
oh, let's see this angle. I mean, she was calling the camera over, so if it is a hoax,
Yep, that's a stone. Holy shit.
ew, don't touch it.
Okay. Guess it was worth
Conspiracy
the money.
theories.
It's from living in China with all the
Conspiracy
smog, you know, it just starts to accumulate and solidify inside your ears. Maybe it would turn into a diamond if I left it in there long enough.
For people not
What's the
watching,
purpose
it's
of this?
basically a little pebble, right?
Yeah, I'd say it's about
Question mark, Jacob.
about like this smaller than a dime.
You look like an insect.
是按摩，很舒服的。
Sure, yep. That does not feel like an ear massage. That feels like just
It's
someone
like
drilling
tuning
in my ear.
forks.
That's weird.
yeah,
Would you get that? So you would, or you
I
would
would.
not get that done?
Yeah, if someone, I would absolutely do it.
Yeah, I'd like to get that.
I don't
done.
know if I would do it on the street in
but
China.
but that's not what the ENT is going to do.
No. I mean, this was a very quick Google search.
Do we know if Donnie did he ever confirm if he thought that was real or not? Did he hear better after that?
I asked him this morning. Yeah.
Oh, he said yeah.
did, Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Interesting, Dave.
I can't remember where I heard that was fake.
Well, what they're going to do is they're going to put you in a booth, Dave, and you got to like hit a bunch of buzzers to test out your hearing. That's how.
Have you done that before?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah. I feel like you would fail that test.
My hearing's
did?
not bad.
No.
my
My
hearing's
hearing
not bad.
sucks.
Well, because you're listening to fucking.
Then you got rocks in your
He
ears.
said any doctor can clean them out for you. You're not going to find any Chinese women in parks around Chicago to do it for you, but I definitely heard better.
You're listening to the Killers on blast, Dave.
I don't
That's
do that.
fine.
That's slanderous.
Why,
To
you
listen
like
to
the
I
Killers
don't
or to
need
have-
to actively search out the Killers to listen to them. I'll just go anywhere and they'll be on.
Oh, are you turning on the Killers? Are they on the band
think
list?
They're not on the band list. It's like it's a unbelievably good song, and I know that's kind of the purpose of playing a song a lot is because it's like, dude, not 8 times when I'm at a bar.
Mr. Brightside?
Yeah.
It's a good song, though.
Morgan Wallen loves that song.
It deserves
Morgan
one play a
Wallen kinda
night.
stinks.
You don't like Morgan Wallen?
Yeah.
I don't really like him either.
Yeah, but that's like you being Sturgill Simpson Hardo. It's okay to like both.
I
Chief.
like Luke Combs. I don't like Morgan Wallen.
But I don't know. How much would you consider Luke Combs that much with Morgan Wallen? I know they're the two biggest right now.
I think they're both on like your traditional country radio stations. Yeah.
Sure. I think he's all right. Speaking of which, the Lollapalooza lineup dropped today. This is fucking crazy. It's got 35,000 retweets.
Why is that crazy?
I don't know. I know it's the biggest fucking festival there is, but for some reason that.
I think the consensus is like it's definitely the best lineup in like the past few years.
Oh, really? So let's look at it right
Tom,
now.
have you seen the Red Hot Chili Peppers live?
I've not. I would love to though, Dave.
They are so fucking good live. They do not stop, and they're psychopaths on stage.
All right, hell yeah.
I saw him at the UC too, which is not. I think that place sucks for concerts. I'd much rather go to an outdoor venue.
Well,
But they're very good. I was telling Chief this prior to. They could very well be listening right now. I discovered this band. They're from Philly called Little Stranger. They opened for Andy Frasco in the UN at Talia Hall.
Talia Hall.
It was in December, like early December maybe, and I had never heard of them. They were so fucking good. I can't stop listening to them. They remind me of like a Beastie Boys meets like Slightly Stupid. They're like punk rock, beach reggae with like Beastie Boys in them. I don't know.
So here's
They're
the
awesome.
headliners if you're just listening. Kendrick Lamar, Billie Eilish, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Odessa, Lana Del Rey, Karol G, the 1975 Tomorrow, and Together. Times Together, X Together. I don't really know what that is.
How many of those? Do you know who Karol G is?
I have no clue who Karol
Me
G
neither.
is.
I'm not sure who Odessa is either, but I know the rest. So I'm
The
kind of proud of myself.
1975 Bob Fox is huge into them.
Yeah.
He's big into them.
Yeah.
Red Hot Chili Peppers is probably who appeals to me the most.
The Revivalists aren't a
will say.
headliner, but they're on there too. They got a couple good ones.
Joey Badass, Danny.
Morgan Wade.
I'm not that familiar.
You're not a Joey
Powder,
Badass guy?
Speak of the Devil.
I thought you were. I know you're a big rap guy.
You guys,
Pusha T's on there for Danny.
Little Yachty.
yeah, you guys forced me to be the resident Lil Uzi Vert guy in Sirius.
You are a
That's-
little
that's
Uzi
my
Vert
only
guy.
love.
Loves
connection
Lil
with
Uzi Vert.
He's not playing, is he? I don't see him on here.
No, Little Yachty though.
Has anyone ever been to Lala?
Yeah.
Really?
I went like a long time, like I think it was 24, 25, something like that. It was not my favorite experience. I'll say that.
No.
It was-
Carl made me go by myself one year to do
Oh,
Barstool
really?
stuff.
Really?
And I was just looking like a narc. I was in a Barstool polo.
I remember that.
And a hat. Everyone else
What do you
was
mean he
wearing, like,
made you go by yourself?
hide furs. Well, we were out in front of it doing content around the gate. And then he's like, I was an unpaid intern. He's like, I really think you should go in there and get some content. So I ended up spending like the next 7 hours in there by myself.
That sounds pretty fucking miserable.
What
Sounds
what
pretty miserable.
what was it miserable? What was that experience like?
Like I said, a lot
Did you
of kids
see
were.
any floozies getting finger blasted in
answer.
there?
Thank you for letting me finish. No, I did not. I saw Ariana Grande though. That brought a lot of. What's her fan base called? Whatever. That brought them out. Wasn't a.
Hannah?
You know, you shouldn't go by yourself to Lala. I'll say that. And you probably shouldn't be looking like a
Anybody offer
a
you
police
drugs?
officer either. No, because I look like a police officer.
He really did.
Yeah, I
If
remember
you
the
didn't,
visual.
would you have accepted said drugs?
Yeah. When in Rome.
Why not? Right?
We don't condone drugs, but we do them.
There you go. Let's talk about Talkify for a second here. Life is full of what ifs. So what if you try something new when it comes to dating? Talkify is a new way to meet other serious singles. What if they help you find what you're looking for? Talkify is the country's #1 modern matchmaking service that is designed to help you achieve relationship success. Their trusted compatibility specialist hand selects successful and compelling candidates so you can date consciously and productively. Here's how it works. The Talkify matchmakers meet with you to learn about what you're looking for in a partner. Then they'll select and screen potential match candidates for you, doing background checks, video interviews, and asking the tough questions that are too awkward for first dates. From there, your matchmaker plans your date introductions and handles all communications for you, creating a safe and stress-free dating experience. Talkify is committed to finding your match. 80% of clients met their person within the first 12 matches.
It's pretty good.
Hey,
It's
you
pretty
said
good
you
hit
did the
rate.
screening. How was it?
Yeah, it was. They just ask you a bunch of questions, and
Nice.
it's fine and easy and simple. So yeah, it's a piece of cake.
Takes a lot of the intermediate stuff out, right?
Yeah, like you skip some of the bullshit. I would
That's
say.
good.
I think that's part of the goal.
Good. That's great. Right now, Talkify is offering our listeners 20% off when you become a client at Talkify.com/mid. That's TAWKIFY.com/mid for 20% off when you become a client. Talkify.com/mid. Listen, dating's tough out there. Go try Talkify. Speaking of that, I guess Dave, did you weigh into the hand washing controversy? With
I tried
the Mean
to,
Girls
but
yesterday?
that little asshole Nate didn't publish my blog.
Oh, you wrote a blog and it didn't get published?
Yes.
Really?
I mean, it was a troll blog.
Okay.
It was like, here's what I think of the Mean Girl hand wash drama. And then it was like a gif of Cutler saying "Don't care," and then it was me talking about the White Sox.
Gotcha. You pulled the old.
You don't care about.
That's exactly what I was going for.
The Clem burglar.
Yeah. And I'm just joking about name.
Do you have a real take on it or no?
I don't care. I just do not care.
Well, what about?
Well,
I know you want a take, but like my take is that.
Well, you certainly have
Like,
a take
I-
about washing your hands at least.
you wash your hands.
Well,
Yeah, you wash your hands.
Would you date a girl who didn't wash her hands?
I don't think I'd notice it.
What if she told you?
How hot is she?
He needs
Yeah.
those hands clean on the White Sox, Dave.
I'm
now.
saying that's dirty hands equal a dirty.
I mean, dirty hands is like if I saw like dirt in her fingernails, I would be revolted.
There you go.
No dirty
So
hands.
you do kind of care.
Yeah, wash your hands. But like at the same time, I don't care.
Live and let live.
Live and let live, baby.
Just walk around poo on your hands all day. Live and let live.
Chief, any thoughts?
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's not hard to wash your hands either. And like the whole clip, I'm kind of with Keegs. Like Keegs is
That was
great.
scorched earth.
She is a great ranter too. I feel like she doesn't have any ums, likes, buts, any pauses. Like she just like her words are like so precise and cutting. It's like holy shit. Like that's a person I would never want to tangle with in an argument. So I'm with Keegs, even aside of the fact that I'm afraid of her. But just wash your fucking hands. It's not hard. And like just the comment that there were less diseases or back then than there are now. It's like, what are you talking about? Like people got cholera and diphtheria and all these different things. Like all the Oregon Trail diseases that we know from Oregon Trail are all just from drinking like unsanitary water, having unsanitary habits. So like that whole line of thinking that like, oh, we had better immune systems back then because we didn't wash our hands is preposterous.
Yeah, and then the argument obviously becomes what Keek said. Like, is that actually a real thought? Does she really think that?
I
or
think
was
it
that
is
for-
a real thought.
You think
Yeah,
so?
Which
I think it is.
So then it's like, are you mad at them or are you mad at Gas? Because it's more of like a Gas Chuck thing than a Mean Girls thing.
Yeah, you can pull it up if you want.
Well, I
Yeah,
don't
we
mind
have this from
talking to
KFC
them,
Radio. I
hanging
think
out
this
with
one was
them.
good.
Okay, whatever. As the Mean Girls, it's a nightmare, and it has to stop. And I will say this: I have listened to their podcast before in its entirety, and the pod is not bad. They have normal conversations. They talk about dating advice. They talk about life experiences and whatever. It's fine. It's nothing like that I'm going to shit on normally. What bothers me is that while they record these shows, they have these stupid conversations that are just insufferable to see. All in all of their clips, they get millions of views. I understand the social team pushes them out, whatever. They approve the clips. It goes up. They say these things, blah, blah, blah. I can't stand the people thinking that it's real and then judging the rest of us on how they act. No, Kevin, you don't think it happens because you're not a girl. All day long, I hear about these idiots.
I mean,
and I know they're not idiots, and I need to stop acting like idiots.
Right.
And while I think the clips are not contrived, they're not fake, like they're not sitting in the lab writing it up, being like, this is the joke we're going to do today that's going to set this place on fire. They say dumb shit, and then they are like, oh, yeah, that's good for the clip, and that will draw people in. But it's not drawing anybody in. It's just having people talk shit on you, and it's not reflective of the content that you're actually putting out, which isn't bad. So why are you just not putting out the clips of your stuff? Is it not good enough to put out, or are you just trying to draw people in with this bullshit and then get all this hate?
Kelly Keegs, that was on KFC Radio today,
Yeah.
yesterday.
Today, I think it came out today.
Go check out longer form if you want to hear it.
Should we start doing that to get Stool Mid Show?
I mean, we say dumb shit all the time.
But what if we're like, you know what? I'm not wiping my ass anymore.
Yeah, let's get some social clips right now.
I'm not. I've decided I'm not wiping my ass anymore.
We've decided.
Oh no, I got a good idea. I want to do this as a social experiment. Can we try to have a sincere conversation about not wiping your ass and see if it goes viral, just to see if people fucking hate click on us? Even though if you watch and listen,
But
to
it
the
wouldn't
whole
be sincere.
Just
You
try
wipe
to
your
act,
ass, right?
Act.
You
Yes, I
start
wipe
us
my
off,
ass.
Dave. Start us off.
Do you?
Do I what?
Do you wipe your own ass?
When
See,
I'm
I just-
alone, yeah.
I can't.
You usually have someone else wiping that thing for you.
Yeah, of course.
Mom,
It's called a bidet.
Mom, can you wipe my butt?
Hey, Chief, come here. No, are we supposed to be wiping our ass every day?
I
They
can't.
didn't
hold-
wipe their ass back in the 1700s
Yeah, you
when
think-
Christopher Columbus sailed the ocean blue.
You think Jesus was using Charmin Ultra? No, we're better off not wiping our ass.
He was using palms, I think.
Yeah,
Even
Jesus.
if
No,
anything.
Jesus was just jumping right into whatever body of water was there.
Yeah, like
River
same with
Jordan.
Moses.
Yeah,
Getting baptized.
that's the legit bidet. That's the original bidet.
so
It
you
was just
think-
jumping in the water.
So I think his baptism was in poop water.
Yeah, that's why the
Lord.
Chicago River turns green.
Yeah, sure. I just can't wholeheartedly sit here in front of everyone and just condone walking around with a mud butt. So
You're saying wipe your ass?
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well, you-
probably.
You think
Yeah.
little girls out there listening to that clip and now aren't washing their hands?
If they get like title sponsor from Dude Wipes or something, I will be irate. Like if that's what that turns into. That'll be crazy.
But
At that point, they'd win.
why
though.
would you
Yeah.
be why would you be crazy? That's the thing. I think we found out too. And here's I thought Nate had the best take on it too. Not even the best take, but like at this point, here's what he said.
The dog was
Because
barking.
people were saying like, "Oh, bring out the dog, bring out the dog, bring out the dog," and I'm sure the dog was in his cage barking real loud, like ready to be let out. But then he's like, "It doesn't seem worth it. Sure, it would feel good, and I'd get internal props for putting it all out there, like people who didn't tweet their team for bracket buskers, which there were people.
Ooh.
But what's the point? I'm not their boss. I edit blogs and make sure the blog doesn't hurt the company.
Damn.
And I'm
That's
there
like a
as
mature.
someone, yes,
That's a maturity.
someone who was on a show that was all about the ins and outs of Barstool drama for 2 years. Like
Yeah.
it's just like to get in the mud sometimes. It's just like exhausting.
Yeah.
It really is.
Do you feel? Because I don't really feel like this way anymore. That you get judged or lumped into something by what someone else does at the company. Because I feel like that used to be a thing, but
Oh yeah, it's happening to me with KFC and the World Baseball Classic shit right now.
Oh, it's a good point.
How so?
That's a good point.
Because I obviously am more in the baseball Twitter sphere than you two are, and
I'd like to say that I'm not in it at all.
I mean this is kind of a poor example, but it's the most recent example, and it just jumped into my head. But obviously KFC's getting tagged on past transgressions, and they're like typical fucking Barstool people and shit like that, and like I'll be in the tweet with them like, you fucking losers. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Like, what does one thing have to do with it's fucking stupid. I actually asked Kevin through text message. I'm like, hey, there's like a lot of White Sox fans coming at you right now. If you want to let the pit bull out, like say
Let
the
that
magic
dog out of
words.
its cage, yeah.
Because I was getting pissed because people were making it very personal about him. Yeah, I didn't, but at the same time, his take completely fucking stinks, and I have no problem saying that. I fucking hate
Dude,
that.
If
Anybody-
Lewis Robert,
I wouldn't blame the World Baseball Classic. I would say look at Luis Robert.
Let's
fucking
wait
get
a
hurt
second there. I
again.
think we're on to something interesting before that.
okay.
We could get to the World Baseball Classic and our thoughts on it. But I think we've been having that from the beginning. There's people that don't like anybody who's under our umbrella because they don't like Dave.
Yes.
Not you, Portnoy.
Right, I know. Or both.
Or both.
Or him, too.
Or me.
Yeah.
Sure, whoever. That's
Yeah.
a thing.
No, I do think Barstool gets that more than ESPN would. Like, we get painted with a broad brush more. But I also feel like that it's not as intense as it was maybe 4 or 5 years ago in terms of being
Maybe not.
like you're.
It goes in waves. It goes
Yeah,
in
that's
cycles.
suppose, yeah.
Whatever.
But
something
like when Dave
happens-
was getting all his heat from Business Insider, all
Yeah,
these
yeah.
different things, I didn't feel like people were trying to paint the entire company that way, the way that they might have about other things historically.
Sure,
So
sure. But the dog had a great point.
yeah,
The dog had a great point.
I mean, yeah, I mean that's management Nate right there.
Management Nate.
Yeah.
Growth.
See,
Nate
okay,
growth.
here's what I have been wondering. And as I said, I have been trying to unsubscribe from this whole, because this drama it entertains me zero. And I think that's the point of all of us in the website and the company as a whole, is to entertain in the end. When I'm not entertained, I fucking ignore it. But I was with Kelly and Alex last year. I had known Kelly for a little bit already, but I had never met Alex. I think they're both fantastic. I was actually very surprised that, and I don't know their office dynamic or their friendship because we're out here on our island, but they seem to get along great. And
Well, she
it kind
said
of
that, Dave. She said she's a different person a year ago than when they did that show.
I have not a clue.
Well,
I don't.
she
It's
said
not like
that.
I'm
Well,
sitting yucking it up with Alex all day, but Alex was super cool. Like I was like, oh, I'm a big fan of her.
Yeah,
like on a human level.
That's my point. Is she
Yeah.
said it changed.
I don't know.
I don't
see.
know. It is what it is. I think, but here's the interesting dynamic as well, where you say, can you do that? I think the internet as a whole has a short attention span, short memory, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Moves
it
quick.
really is miraculous. Tom, can I get an honest assessment here, okay? I don't want to put you on the spot. So say what you
I'm
want
gonna
to say.
put you on the spot.
So say what you want to say. If
Immediately.
we'll move right into baseball World Baseball Classic if you don't
We
wanna
don't
say
have
anything.
to.
But listen, there's got to be part of you that's astounded of what Caller Daddy was then and what it is now. It's like she's Barbara Walters.
She's
like,
it's Oprah.
yeah, and that's not like talking shit. That's like
Yeah.
good for her. Like people
Right.
can pivot and
Fuck
people
yeah.
could be
Evolve and change
something
and-
different. That's what I'm saying. So if they wanted to change and be whoever, right after they get big or whatever, I think that you can do that, right or no? Anything to weigh in? Like, does it amaze you?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's hard to like compare like the Mean Girl stuff to like the Call Her Daddy hype.
I agree. I
think
agree.
It's, like,
Yeah.
different.
Do people know Tom was their producer?
Tom, yeah, I should have said that. I had called on Tom because Tom was their producer for their time at Barstool.
Yeah.
Call her daddy, that is.
Yeah, I mean, I guess anyone can change. I don't know. I mean, but like, yeah, I mean, it is great for her, but I feel like, I mean, it doesn't matter like numbers or what matter, but there's always people that, like she's still like the butt of the joke. I feel like that interview with like Cole Sprouse is like going viral all the time now because of like how much of a joke it is. But I think she still gets the numbers, so that's all that really matters.
Are you asking in terms of how much bigger she's gotten, or how like her subject matter has changed?
The subject matter has
Yeah,
changed.
you're asking like
That's what
how
I'm
she
saying.
changed her.
Like, does it amaze, like
feel of
knowing
the
like
show.
how it went from the Gluck Gluck to, a sit down with
Yeah,
Jane
did you
Fonda,
murder him? Yeah.
and talking like that.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's like it really worked. I think that's what like having guests and like it's insane.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm not making
Yeah.
the comparative.
That it was kind of hard to even like wrap your head around like John Mayer's just like playing her like songs like one-on-one person, like that's nuts.
Yeah.
I gotta say, when I saw that, I was kind of jealous.
Well, duh.
Yeah,
Of course.
Yeah.
same.
But you know what I actually think would be an interesting dynamic for that Mean Girl show is have Kelly be the third person. So when they're talking about methodical dinosaurs, Kelly can be like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" And then just like lay into him in real time. And I think that would actually be pretty funny and entertaining if you have the one.
I don't
so
know
they don't
how
just go
that
back
was
and
an
forth.
immediate like.
Yeah, they don't just talk
I
about
would-
methodical dinosaurs the whole time.
I'd like force them to do that.
No, you probably can't. But and who knows if any one of the three
Someone's
parties would
not-
want that? Probably not. But I do think that dynamic would work and it would make it. I think that would make that show. Not that I listen to the show. I don't really have any criticism of the show or anything. I don't. But I do think just watching the clips and the talking, having Kelly be able to interject and be like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" That would make me laugh instead of just having them back and forth about methodical dinosaurs and not washing your hands.
Hey, at the end of the day, though, everyone's talking about them,
They are.
and that's
the goal.
That's the goal. So, loved, hated, but never ignored, right?
So
That's
you're
what they say?
on the Mean Girl side, and
No,
Kelly Keegs can fuck off somewhere.
I'm just saying, making the comparison to Call Her Daddy, and the only reason I do that is because it was here, and they pivoted in such different subjects. Like, at some point, that lane will
Yeah.
potentially open.
I wonder if they would have been able to pivot into being Oprah if it was still the two of them, or if that had to just be Alex on her own to make that transition into more like serious content.
Yeah, I don't know. But listen, obviously they could do whatever they want. We're not. We're just
Yeah, we don't know anything.
we don't know shit. Exactly,
Yeah.
and we're dumb as fuck too, all of us. So like,
Mhm.
I mean, we say dumb shit all the time, right? Who knows?
Almost exclusively.
People
Exactly.
need to realize, though, when you have a microphone or a camera in your face as often as we all do, you're going to get – the internet's going to see you say dumb shit. Like, I bet you most people say stupid shit. Like, average Joes like us is what I'm saying. In the office or in an email or wherever, much more often than they realize. It's amplified with us. Like, them saying – methodical instead of mythological.
100%, dude.
Right.
This is live
It's like-
improv every day.
Yeah.
Right.
Every like we have thousands of hours of recorded conversations. I was just talking to my friend a couple months ago. We were talking about like coaches who changed in college football. He's like, well, who needs a coach in the SEC? He's like, who's LSU? This guy's a diehard Notre Dame fan. He's like, who's LSU's coach? It's like, Brian Kelly,
Kelly.
dude. He knew that,
Yeah.
but he had a fucking
Brain
fart.
exactly.
And that's the thing. Like that will happen to you when you're on the air so much.
Nonstop, right.
Right. I don't think just same thing with the dozen. Oh, you fucking idiots! Like that was so easy. It's like,
There,
bro, it's a different.
It's like I know it's easy.
Yes, exactly.
yes.
It's a different ball
when we
game.
did that live show, we had it was a Lupe Fiasco question, and I fucking love Lupe Fiasco. And as soon as I heard the beat, it was Daydreaming, I think was the song, vanished from my brain. Or Superstar, it was one of them, yeah.
But yeah, that's the point. You bring up a great point there. When you just talk so much, you're gonna say stupid shit.
It's amazing that we don't have more stupid moments on camera.
Yeah.
I think we have enough.
Well, I know,
have-
but
Yeah.
like, I mispronounce words. I especially like when we do some of those Tuesday shows where I'm like, this is out of my depth. I'm going to try my best.
You kept calling it Silicon Valley.
Oh, people
back
hated
the
that.
other day, Yeah,
That
I did
annoyed
catch
me,
that.
though.
I
I saw it. I'm like, Silo, is he trying to make a joke?
I caught that in real time. I was like, I'll let him keep going.
Yeah.
I'll let him keep going. All right, now, anything else on this? I felt like that was an interesting discussion. But let me get down to the brass tacks, you guys. So, Chief, you don't give a fuck about the World Baseball Classic. Tonight's the final.
It is. Yeah. I'm
I
very
know who's
excited
in
for
it. It's us against Japan.
That's good.
Yeah, I know that, right?
Did you watch it all last night?
No.
Okay. I don't even remember his name, but the Japanese team was they started a 21-year-old, I think he was 21, pitcher. He was a combination of Greg Maddux and fucking like Jacob deGrom. 102 with just wiffle ball off speed. He was the nastiest pitcher I think I've ever seen in my life.
Why isn't he over here?
That's the thing. This is like baseball nerd. I don't think nationally, because every team. So prior to 17 or 18, probably 2017. There was no limit on what you could. So that Luis Robert was like the last big free agent signed internationally for tens of millions of dollars. Now every team, depending on market size, has a finite amount of funds available to sign international talent with. So if you're like the Milwaukee Brewers, a small market, you get like $8 million. If you're the New York Yankees, you get like $6 million, and that's what you have to work with. And you can trade pool space and get more, but that's all semantics. Anyways, Shohei Ohtani, when he came over, he was subject to those rules. And once you hit 26 years old, there's no cap on.
Right. Didn't he come over early? He's like, I don't care about the money.
He didn't. He was signed for probably, I'm guessing, $200 million at the time because he was kind of an unknown still. Is he going to pitch? Is he going to hit? Is he going to do both? Now, obviously, he's probably looking down the barrel at maybe a half a bill.
Yeah.
But everybody thought he was insane for doing that. Same thing for this kid. He could make millions playing in Japan when he would make – he'd sign for probably the entire bonus allotment, which is $6 to $8 million, and then $700,000 through 3 arbitration years before he hits that payday. So over in Japan, he's probably making, a few mil a year already. Mm-hmm. But this kid was fucking filthy. Mm-hmm. Did you watch him at all?
Nope.
You guys, can you
I'm
pull up
not.
a couple clips? I don't know his name. I'm not going to try to pronounce it.
I don't know. Aren't they?
I can't
Crazy
do
Hardos?
baseball.
Yeah.
Crazy about that.
Yeah.
Can't do it.
It's the fucking dumbest thing on earth because this kid should be facing Aaron Judge right now.
Yeah,
and players like that, and he's stowed in Japan. He could come over and pull the Shohei, but why would he,
Yeah.
Especially he's only a pitcher. His arm could fall off tomorrow.
So Dave, you're all for it.
I said this, and we're going to talk to Giolito and Cease and Lynn about this. So Cease and Giolito did not play in it, and I was actually talking to Giolito about this last time. Like, this is how I want to start the convo when we see you guys this weekend. But I want to know, after watching Lynn, your teammate, and all Team USA, or maybe he plays for Italy or something, what you think of watching this? Because he was like, dude, this is electrifying. Now, prior to the tournament starting, I wanted nothing with Mancada and Robert and Eloy and anybody playing in it because I'm like, they're gonna get hurt.
Mancada did get hurt.
Nah, he's fine. He's already playing again. But that's inevitable, injuries of some sort.
Yep.
Hopefully it doesn't happen to one of your guys. But the baseball itself has been just fucking phenomenal. It's been so entertaining. I don't necessarily care if USA wins or not tonight, but the baseball itself, like the back and forth and how into it these guys get. It's playoff baseball. In March, give me that all day over spring training.
Yeah.
All fucking day.
You mentioned the Team Italy thing. It bothers me that there are like little things like that where it's like, don't even have them. Like, why even fucking have?
I get that.
Yeah.
Right.
So and same thing
What
like
was that?
hockey.
Sorry.
Italy doesn't have like Italians. They're like Americans of Italian descent.
Yeah,
They
Matt
got-
Harvey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah,
is
Harvey's like that's not even a fucking. I want all my Italians' last names ending in vowels.
Yeah, so like that part of it like takes some of the luster of it. Same thing. Like,
I understand
hockey.
that.
Hockey tried to bring back the World Cup. I don't know, a while ago,
And the
and
Olympics, though.
but they haven't had NHL players in it in a while.
Since 14?
Since 14. So they've had 2 Olympics without it. But anyways, they had a team that was like Team North America under 23 years old. And at that time it was like McDavid, like Brandon Saad was on it, and I'm like, those guys are good enough to just play for Canada. Like, don't just like give me fucking Latvia and I'll watch Canada, be like the dream team and smoke them rather than some like made up team where they're like that kind of
I get
stuff.
that.
It makes it feel too much like an exhibition. And I know it's an exhibition, but when you treat it that way with the rosters, like you would never see that in soccer or Olympic basketball or anything like that. And so that to me, where it's
Well,
like, if you want
hopefully-
me to take it seriously, you have to take it seriously too.
This tournament's still in its infancy. It's been going on since 2006, but really since 2013.
It
has
feels
gone off.
bigger this year than it has
because
previously.
well, there's more Americans playing it. Like Tim Anderson's been at second base. You
Yeah.
got
Oh, they have an all-star team.
yeah, their lineup's absurd. Trout, obviously best player in the world's playing in it. I have been fully glued to the TV. I can't wait for the game tonight. And I understand Kevin's take. He's a tortured Mets fan, hasn't seen success. He doesn't even count the 86 teams, so since then it's been nothing but misery.
Mm-hmm.
That said, like, it's not the World Baseball Classic's fault that Edwin Diaz got hurt.
It's actually kind of amazing that you're not on his side, though.
I even said it last night. I'm
Surprising
like,
to me.
I not to the extent that he is. Obviously, he still won't shut the fuck up about it. But I didn't want any White Sox players playing in it.
Yeah, but you're
Yeah.
for the silver and black. Like you're for the White
Your
Sox.
club over country, as they say.
That's the thing about the WBC is baseball's such a regionalized sport. Like, it's even gotten to that point for me. Like, right now, I couldn't tell you who the starting second baseman on fucking the Reds are. Without I would see it and know, but like off the top of my head, I'm not paying attention to that shit because I'm glued to specifically the White Sox and then more or less the AL Central, and then obviously everybody knows the true superstars. But this is it's been just, and you can't tell me that Tim Anderson playing in this environment, Lance Lynn playing in this environment, grabbing his nutsack after strikeouts, like that's more conducive to regular season success than going and throwing fucking 30s pitches against a bunch of 20-year-old single A kids.
Well, if Lance Lynn has dead arm in August because he went too hard in March, you don't think so? That's what I don't know. I think in general, I'm more on Kevin's side with this. Like if the Olympics to me are different, but if it was like if Patrick Kane got hurt playing in that World Cup that was like against the U23 team, I would be fucking bullshit.
What happened to
about
Kirby Doc?
That's a different tournament too, because that's the World Junior. Like that's their
But
March Madness.
how are you supposed to get the WBC?
But I wouldn't have let Kirby Doc play in that if I were the Blackhawks. That was like a fuck up on the Blackhawks part. But that is a huge deal in Canada. It is like they care about that the way we care about March Madness. So,
well, I think that is the end goal. Is to since that was my original point when we started this was like the tournament's still in its infancy. Fast forward 25 years, say Team Italy has actually a team in Italy composed of actual Italians, not third generation, Sicilians that like fucking Dante or something.
do you think? Yeah. Dante
Sorry,
Dante the Don playing
And it's
center
kinda
field
cool that
for the
Mike
Italians.
Piazza-
I think he
he's a
was their
manager, right?
utility infielder.
Yeah.
Dante. He just didn't get any.
But yeah, you got
didn't get
like
any
that
burn.
Czech Republic team, like fucking math teachers, electricians. Like these guys have fucking day jobs and they're pitching against Shohei Ohtani. To me, that's sweet. That we
There
talked
is
about him last
something
week.
cool about
That
that.
19-year-old Orthodox Jewish kid who struck out Shohei.
Yeah.
Like I don't know those kind of storylines to me are fucking sweet. And that kid is filthy, by the way, too. He's like a legit prospect. He's not just some tall Jewish kid who can throw a baseball. But I don't know. I have been fully glued to the TV and I can't wait for it.
Yeah.
I
Do
love
you
it.
do you think it's actually? I've seen like reports of like the numbers in China that people are watching it in China. But do you think like the World Baseball Classic is going to inspire some young kid in fucking
I think it's
Rome
a good
to
start
be
for
a
sure.
baseball player.
For sure, I think it's a good start.
I maybe, but I feel like baseball's been around for 150 years, and if the Italians wanted to play it, then they would have started.
How long
by
did
now.
it take basketball? And it could have been immediately. I don't know, but how long did it?
Oh, around the world?
Yeah, a global sport.
That's
basketball's
actually, you know what,
huge.
Dave? Good point, because they had always had it, and then it was the dream team in '92 in the Olympics really kind of inspired. So that's actually not a bad point. But here's the other thing: shouldn't you be more focused on growing the game here?
Well, yeah, I think it's done a good job of that too, though.
Maybe, yeah.
Because I mean, I've had a ton of people not reach out, but like I've been talking on Twitter about the tournament, and people are like, "Yeah, I don't really even care about baseball, but this has been electric." Like, and like I said, I don't. If Team USA loses tonight, if Lynn was pitching, I'd be kind of pissed. If he, put up a dog shit.
Are you Welsh?
stat line. Actually, I think so.
I think
yeah.
you told me that. Can we imagine if we got him on?
I
Great
got
Britain?
my brother and sister did a 23andMe. My blood brother and sister. I got adopted sisters as well, and there was Welsh blood. Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
So, but that doesn't necessarily mean I have it.
yeah, but I feel like that means you can at least claim it the way like Matt Harvey does, and like next time, like
Start a Welsh team.
well, that they would be part of Great Britain since the T fell off their uniform, but you could be on Great Britain next time.
I mean, do they need a catcher?
They probably need a bullpen catcher.
Probably.
That'd be something.
That would be something. Oh my God, that would be a dream of mine.
I don't know.
It has been my life. You know how hard it is to get that job, Ed? A bullpen catching job. It's like the hardest job to get in baseball.
Really?
Yeah.
Probably no turnover. Guys get it and hold on to it as long as
Yeah,
their
I
knees
heard
hold out.
they make $80,000 a year. I mean, I'm sure it varies between organizations, but $80,000 a year. All the players tip you out, and you work 9 months a year.
It's a pretty fucking sick job.
Yeah, and I'm sure the tips are
Just to
not.
play
you know,
catch all day.
Here's $50.
Would you give up your seat right there? This job?
Yeah.
Yeah. Not
A
like,
bullpen catcher. That is my dream.
but
dream.
you won't look. You won't think twice. Like you can't, like have your foot half in the door. Like you're out of here.
Do you think you could do this job longer, starting today, or being a bullpen? Because how old are you? 34. How many? Like, what's the prime for a bull? How long can you do it?
I mean, Mansu Lee was, I believe, Korean. He was an old White Sox bullpen catcher. He was probably 50.
Okay.
And I wonder if you get any benefits and all that. I don't know.
It'd be interesting, David.
If there's actually, Tyler from the Blue Jays, if you're watching this right now, this is one of my buddies I met in the Dominican. Do we have call-in capabilities or no?
Internationally?
Oh, he
Not
lives
sure.
in Florida.
Well, maybe we could get him on tomorrow or for Thursday's episode.
Yeah,
or
maybe.
something.
I would love to hear like the actual ins and outs.
Ins and outs of being a bullpen.
But yeah,
catcher.
everybody wants that job, and you basically got to know like the owner's son and stuff.
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
There's only
Is this like
30 of them in baseball.
have they ever? You know how hockey have the e-bug, emergency backup goalie. If,
Yeah.
Two guys get sick or
That,
injured.
but that
Couldn't
there's
that
another
happen in
storyline
baseball?
for WBC. I think it was the Mexican team. I'm pretty sure they lost two of their catchers. Their bullpen catcher came in and had like a go-ahead single. This was like 10 days ago, maybe. Like they needed a guy to fucking catch, so they're like, bullpen catcher's up, and he had a single.
That is a good.
And
story.
like, it was the 9th inning or something. That was like a week or 10 days ago.
Sounds like a dream for you, Dave.
Fuck yeah, it would be. I
Sounds
would
like a
dip
dream
my
for
shoulder
you.
and just close my eyes and swing for the fence. And in a 1 in a billion shot, I hit that dinger, Ed. I would never live that. You guys would hear that every single day.
Now I'm thinking about Team Italy. Just kids in Florence right now are just inspired. They're using Carlo Rossi jugs as bats. Just
Like the milk jugs in the Dominican.
yes, the
Sammy
next
Sosa.
the next generation of the Florence Italians. That's good. Well, real quick here before we wrap up, did you see the story about Larsa Pippen?
Yeah.
Now I don't know if this is old or not,
Dude.
but apparently you could roll that video if you can. Apparently, Larsa Pippen claims that she had sex with Scottie Pippen 4 times every night during their 23-year marriage. That is crazy.
I mean, we're just Lance is getting horny on her Instagram. That's all we're doing here.
Lance.
You had that pulled up immediately.
I was married for 23 years. I've always had sex like 4 times a night.
4 times a
No way.
Yeah, so 3 times a week is
Hold
nothing.
on. You're telling me you had sex
Yes.
4 times a night when you were married?
No, I had sex 4 times a night every night. I never had a day off for 23 years.
Wait, hold on, what?
What? Yeah, yes.
What? Your poor vagina.
You had sex 28 times a week
Yeah, I swear.
for
But with
23 years?
Yeah.
So on the road too, when he was traveling? I don't understand.
We never spent time away from each other. Like we had a private
Wow,
plane. I
that's
traveled with my kids. Yeah.
Marcus has big shoes to fill.
He wears the size 15 shoes. I think he's okay.
Jesus.
That is fucking.
I'll say it. That's too much sex. That's way too much
Everyone's
sex.
afraid to ask if
Yeah.
every time was with Scotty or not.
Sure.
Let's assume it was Scotty.
Assuming
Just
it was Scotty, I mean, he maybe deserves more praise than Michael at this point. if this is all
You want to
Scotty.
know why his back was cramping up in Game 6 of the NBA Finals? It's because of this.
Yeah,
That's just like
they did 6 rounds that night.
I just don't. I think I'm calling bullshit because I just don't think it's physically possible.
What did
She's
they
saying night, not day. Night.
Yes,
Right? I
yes.
know.
Like if we're talking we're talking sun up to even then.
But, like,
still
that's
crazy.
24 hours.
Scotty's getting home from games midnight, so you're having That means you got to be having sex from midnight until what? 4 a.m. You got to go once an hour, and then you go to sleep.
He probably
get up
wasn't
for shoot around?
He probably wasn't fucking before the game either. The old myth. Don't have sex
That's
for a
bad
game.
for your
Yeah.
legs.
You're releasing too much testosterone.
What did they say in American Pie 2? Whenever a girl tells you her number of kills, you got to multiply it by 3.
Kills. I hate kills.
That's the old biz term.
Or biz.
Yeah.
So maybe they were fucking 12 times a night, every hour on the hour, midnight to noon.
He'd be dead.
Yeah, he'd be toast.
Literally dead.
I'm happy about this though. Scotty needs some dubs.
Well,
He needs
she
some wins.
immediately followed that up by saying, yeah,
Michael Jordan's son has got a
yeah,
big
now
dick.
Yeah, but like, listen, he already knew that was out there. He's already probably.
Yeah, but I
over
thought
that.
no. You didn't. She got like a little smirk on her face. Like if you're Scotty, you don't want to be thinking about Michael Jordan's kid's hog and how much she likes it. You
But-
want to still be the king who is doing it 4 times a night.
But Scotty's going to get a lot of trickle down off this. People will certainly be like, "Oh my God, Scott! Like really, 4 times? Like I'm in."
I'm sure Scotty does fine on his own anyways. He's Scotty.
Yeah, but you could always help. The rep can always be helped, Dave.
That
You
is
know
true.
that. Like
That is true.
everything, could always sprinkle a little on.
You ever had sex 4 times in a night, Ed?
4's a lot, bro.
4 is a lot.
I got some Dominican Viagra if you want
Do you?
some.
No, you're a Canadian Viagra guy. Stop.
I'm
How much
either
did you
north or
bring back?
south. 2 pills, I think.
Oh, okay.
Maybe 4.
4's
Maybe.
a lot, bro. But you know,
4 is way too much.
I
Going for
mean-
those Pippen numbers.
yeah. Just, someone walks in, I Pippen last night. Sick, dude.
The old quadruple sex kind of night.
Yeah.
Every night.
Big Pippen.
Great job. Great job. I don't know.
I 4 times doesn't sound enjoyable. I think the next pee you take is gonna look like a sprinkler system every night. 4 is way too much. Maybe he was just not really finishing every time, semen retaining, and so it wasn't that much for her either. What if it was 4 times, 2 minutes every time?
And like, listen, I think you could do like 4 once in a while, right? Like it may have happened in your infancy when you're
You have to be like hungover.
In a day in your youth.
Yeah.
In a night.
But the key is the consistency. Like that's the
23 years of
that.
it.
But like,
I think she's full of shit.
like
I
you've
think
done,
she's-
you've done. You know
What?
It's I'm sure it's happening.
She's know what she's doing. She's pulling a Mean Girls right now.
How do you think she's?
Oh yeah, good call. That's
She's
exactly what
talking
she
for the
said.
social clip. She knows
loves-
that that's going to make the rounds.
She loves the press. I don't know.
She
She
does.
looked that serious. She tripled down. She was ready for that. She was ready to get that
She
take.
said,
off.
"You don't hear what I'm saying. 4 times a night, every night."
Yeah,
28 times a
what's it,
week.
Andy Cohen broke down the numbers.
Yeah.
Are you serious? Yeah. So I don't know.
It's too much.
It's a lot. All right, then we could wrap it there. Anything else, David?
Dozen airs tonight, I believe.
Yep.
There you go.
Myself, Chief, and Carl versus team
The foreplay guys.
Foreplay. Go watch myself and Donnie episode 5 of our Dominican series. This is where I bought the Dominican Viagra off a street hawker. Amongst many other things, I almost blew our entire bankroll down there.
Sounds about right.
I had to support the locals.
And go watch the White Sox Dave Challenge from last week.
Yeah, of
Go
course.
watch the last week's the stool scenes. It was really good. And
Numbers
it
guy.
deserves more love.
The wheel guy.
So the wheel guy was great. All right, then. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Thank you for listening. That's it for today. We'll be back on Thursday. We will see you then.